Welcome to the Chateau's library. I'm the Your Highness! Let me just close this. Oh, what a fancy meeting you here. You may call me Ronald. I'm the castle's librarian, and it is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. Forgive me, from where I hail it's a custom of my kin. You always kiss a lady's hand, a show of respect. I'm aware it can be strange, or perhaps formal for some, but an old habit doesn't die easily. Now, what can I do for you today? I would happily show you around the library. There's plenty of stories, plenty of tales and tombs and other works of literary genius that I'd love to show you. Please, yes, do follow me. Let's see, down this aisle we have, oh yes, some of my favorite tombs. Right here, The Raven. A disturbing tale about a man who's lost the love of his life, and he believes that he's seeing her, or at least an angel. And while he wrestles with his emotions and conscience, a raven appears to say a couple of words that, although might just be the echo of a bird speaking the few words that it knows, the words seem to answer every question this man has, but not in the way he wants. Will he ever cease to think about his love? Will this wretched bird leave? All answered, nevermore. Anyway, look at me, dragging on once more about books, or next to it the telltale heart, the bit... Oh, perhaps if you want something with a little less emotion and a little more spook to it, right here. Ah yes, this one pulled straight from the Forbidden Library, The Vampire Hunter, written by Lady Emily Lore, I believe. The protagonist is a lady herself, much like you. Although she may be of common birth, bearing a noble heart, unlike yourself with your royal lineage, still has the right amount of adventure, a bit of violence and horror. Perfect for this season. My favorite? Oh, well, I do love these, but my favorite? Oh, pity me. Oh, why must I answer that? If you truly want to know the bane of every bookworm, it's in asking them what their favorite book is. Could we at least narrow it down by genre? Oh, no. I think I found it. The first one to arrive at the top of my head. This one right here. Follow me down this way. Forgive me, these corridors can be a bit dark, but the library itself is expansive, and only a bit of moonlight sometimes shines through that sunroof. It's just that we're closed usually at these hours. Most of the ladies who pass through here would prefer being in the spa around this time of day. Have you visited it? Oh. Have you visited at this hour? No reason. Don't mind me. Just an inquisitive mind, inquiring on the curiosities of new visitors. I should be down here. No, this isn't the folklore section. We were just barely there. Matter of fact, the section we're going to is, if I'm correct, the Annals of History. Have you ever thought what might be the most frightening thing to put in literary work? No, I'm sure you haven't. It's not like most. Truly a curious mind would have to do such a thing. But undoubtedly, if you ask me, I'd say it'd have to be this one. The Making tells the tale of a seemingly gentle, even beautiful woman who wanted power for the sake of power. Well, one might say that's a common theme among antagonists, but she explains that power is not what most have talked about. Power, in her case, was simply having control. Control over her fate, over the fate of others, perhaps even over the fate of who lives and who dies. Unfortunately, she couldn't help this ravenous lust for power. Ah, here we are. How fitting it's in the darkest part of the library. You don't mind if I extinguish the candle for but a moment? Have to do it justice. I'll put the candle there for now. Mary, the Bloody Countess, had a terrible, violent habit all linked to a lust for power. Some say that these stories were made up, but in all honesty, what story could be more frightening than the one that's true? The story of a sweet, beautiful creature hiding a deep, incriminating, terrifying story. Why, it's almost like this castle, if you think. What do I mean by this castle? Oh no, mind you. There have never been any murders, nor deaths, nor any of the kind. Why, there's never been a problem of taking life in this castle. No one's ever lost their life here, at least not by any murder or bloodshed or any manner of the speaking, oh no. But every castle has its crypts, and its cryptic secrets. Your Highness, you seem to be a connoisseur of literary genius, but I must say, you don't strike me as someone who came here purely to explore with the Librarian. If you ask me, you appear as someone who already knows what literary works they favor. Was there a particular tomb that you needed? Oh, come now. By the way, I may not be an investigator, but I can see the way you fidget with your hands. It's a little embarrassing to ask, is it? Well, tell you what. If you tell me this little secret, I will tell you a secret about this castle. A secret that I'm sure you would love to confirm. So what is it you wanted? That's it? A book to teach you about dancing with a partner. I presume it's for that ball coming up. That one with all the lovely lords, gentlemen, and princes coming? Is it that you want to impress them? You're right, no need to pry. Well, my dear, that's no dark secret. Almost makes mine seem a little less so. But nevertheless, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've at least heard someone allude to this. You want to know why this ball is such an important ordeal here? Why so many lords and ladies appear? The nobles and gentlemen you see are, of course, going to show up because of the amount of ladies that will no doubt be here. But why are so many ladies? From the most common of farmers and servant girls to the highest of duchesses, queens, and even an empress at one point. How come they're all showing up here? Have you ever wondered that? Well, since this is a secret, why don't you come close? I think it's only fair that I tell you closely. Your Highness, have you noticed any strange behaviors from the staff? Any longing gazes? Any suggestive behaviors? Perhaps veiled flirtation? I may not be able to see you without that candle, but I can see you blushing. You've definitely had your fun. I'm sure you've heard countless times the staff say there are no secrets here. But my dear Highness, we both know that's not true. And I can assure you I've been told to keep silent about this, but I'm the librarian. Nobody tells me to keep silent in my library. That is mine and mine alone to decide. So let me tell you a secret of our own. This castle's name, in another language, just means, loosely translated, Castle of Love. It was originally built by a man they call the Prince of Passion, the King of Consorts, man of many talents. And you can bet those talents weren't just skill with his hands, so to say. Never mind. But this castle was supposed to be a pleasure garden, a summer home, and even after he's long gone, it's still a place where passions run rampant, where the desires of any and all may come to fruition. And if you've ever heard any staff member say that there are no secrets here, why, you're looking at some of your prime candidates. Men who probably hold many secrets and keep many desires to themselves. If you're lucky, if you are careless, or if you're careful, you might be able to bring some of these desires out of them. In fact, My queen, may I see your hand one more time? Yes, just clasped in mine. While you're here, do think about whom you'd really want to get to know better. And by the end of your stay, you just might leave with some extra goods. But what do I know? I'm just the librarian, the man who holds every secret, every story, and every desire close at hand.